all my friends in the UK. I want to say congratulations that you've set yourself free from the mercenary, secular, occult European Union. And I'm going to bring up some things that are kind of sensitive because they haven't been brought up for a long time in Britain due to the fact that Queen Elizabeth II, since 1979, delegated the House of Wettin to represent the interests of the monarchy in certain international relationships. Since 1964, Queen Elizabeth II has disavowed and distanced herself from all of the ET information about treaties that we have available to us. Since the Lisbon Treaty was signed by Queen Elizabeth II, but finally she has caved and allowed Brexit to occur so that the UK can now peel off and away from the international court, from the international control over their waters, from the international commissions and bureaucrats and taxes and all of that. So Britain now has a chance to become autonomous once again. Now, being autonomous is not contradictory to having a monarchy. What is the monarchy for? Well, in the past 66 years, the monarchy has been for just business, baby. It's been all about mercantile, corporate promotions, and whatever would promote commercialism, secular materialism, and the Masonic fifth dimensional woo-woo that avoids all problem solving in favor of manifesting in the fifth dimensional way, that I talk about with just such reproach. All right. And so what Britain has been lacking for 80 years is a leader who understands the concept of checks and balances, who understands conflict and dispute analysis and resolution and processes and facilitation and mediation and arbitration. These skills have been completely ripped out of the British academia, history, and mind. Now, when I went to college in the 90s, my whole graduate work was done in conflict and dispute analysis, and we worked to bring large groups of people together to define complex problems and utilize computers to map those problems so that we could find the place of entry to fix the problem most efficiently. Those methods were trash canned by the liberal establishment in favor of more proxy wars, because the proxy wars keep the coffers clanking in the cash flow. Coffers and cash flow is not just a business problem. It's a moral and it's an ethical problem. And the monarchy has completely lacked the education, the wisdom, the orientation, the perspective of solving large-scale problems for the whole country, and not in a way of becoming political. What can happen is that a mediation service can take on the royal crest, and professional facilitators who know how to get groups to solve large problems can be put to work to solve large problems. And the monarchy, which has rather deep pockets, can utilize itself as a venture capital operation to initiate, incorporate, and help along small, independent, self-sufficient sustainable businesses at a level that the banks are not willing to bankroll. The regalia can be used as collateral for a script or a currency that it can be like, what's the name of that? The Bradford pound. There's so many things that could be done if the monarchy were not stuck in its commercial attitude. Now, why did it get stuck in a commercial attitude? That's because it's not a royal bloodline. Queen Elizabeth cannot pass a DNA test to show that she is a legitimate offspring of King Edward VII or George V, because she wasn't. Okay. And whereas Philip actually is a legitimate royal from Greece, Elizabeth was not. And Elizabeth's children are even less so. And this is why they have the mercantile way of thinking, because that's what mercantile people do. That's what non-royals do. What royals do is encompass everything and pull everybody in. And they want to harmonize everybody and everything and get all the problems solved in the whole thing. And what Britain has been lacking has been leadership to even know how to go about doing this. Now, if you've seen some of my graphics that I keep posting up about the bad methods of the left, if you've looked at the Frankfurt School and the Kalergi Plan and the Cloward-Piven Plan and the protocols and the Saul-Alinsky Plan, the left is only and always about tearing down what's already there. It's only and always about removing the civil process or establishing a new chain of command around the civil process so that the civil process fails. This is what liberalism has done for the West, is eviscerate the West intellectually and morally. And intellectually, what the Enlightenment has done is send everybody on a head trip, okay? We're head tripping about this theory and that doctrine and this litany and that liturgy and this idea and that hypothesis and this lemma and all of these ideas floating around our mind, right? But who's talking about how do we get along? How do we solve problems? And how do we take care of our own country and our own future for our children and our grandchildren, and for the people who come here to live with us, who want to embrace the life and the history that we have had. Britain's history goes back much further than 1,000 years, okay? And that's one of the elements that has been overruled and plowed under, that once restored, the history will give the children a reason to shine. The children need a reason to shine. And the filthy practices and the profligacy and the vices and the mafia and the protection rackets and the deceit and the treachery and the behavior that are being imposed upon the British people need to get cleaned out. And this means that law enforcement run by those Masons and those chivalric orders that play their woo games with fifth dimensional manifestations, we're going to have to kick ass and take names among those people. And the bribery is going to have to be brought to a halt, because bribery has come to be normal. That's a protection racket, okay? That's what jizya is in the Islamic idiom. Jizya is a protection racket, and jihad is divide and conquer, and taqiyya is deceit or double dealing. And those are not behaviors that are part of either the holy laws of Moses, under which the kingdom of David was organized, or the beatitudes of the Son of God, Jesus Christ, whom the Church of England claims that they follow. We have some work to do. And I'm just so thrilled to see there is now an opportunity to proceed with such a work. And I want to cheer you on and see what can be done to rearrange the monarchy so that there's a real leader there. It's been missing for a long, long time. My name is Emily Elizabeth Windsor Craig, and I'm the youngest daughter of Edward VIII, who got booted out because he wouldn't go with his uncle Adolf's fascism nor his father George's Zionism. And so I guess I'm just a shit kicker. Congratulations. I'll be following your celebrations all day tomorrow. Bye-bye.